This is a 2004 STI 6-speed manual, and I just wanted to show why it failed. They're pretty stout transmissions. The difference with this is a 04. You can see that this is a male on the front differential. So I got this from somebody who put in a JDM 5 and 6 gear kit, which is a shorter ratio, 5th and 6th, so quicker acceleration on the 5th and 6th gear. But either way, it wasn't properly shimmed, and when it finally failed, which I figured it was going to fail at some point. It was making noise when I got it, and that was part of the portion. It was so cheap. So that's the oil pump housing right there, and you can see it cracked right off of there. And this tail, this piece comes here and goes in here like such. That goes around there and goes like that. So this goes to your rear drive shaft. There's a bearing that rides in here. And what was happening is on the back of this, when you put it together, you're supposed to measure it and see what shim you need in there. And essentially what happens is this was missing. This one little piece right here was missing. So they either didn't put it back in, or they didn't measure it, or they forgot about it. And then what happens is this holds onto the bearing right there, and the bearing sits up in this pocket. So if you have the manual, and you could a $10 PDF on eBay and just print it out yourself, it'll tell you how to measure that when you take it apart. It's not hard to do the 5th and 6th gear swap, but if you miss something like this, the transmission comes back out and you have to do it again. This is where the oil pump rides, and what was happening is it was pushing up on this portion when you were shifting, and you could see where it was flexing and pushing down on the oil pump right there. So we're going to have a new oil pump for it. This one is used but in good condition, and about $100. And your oil pump sits right in there. So there is a little bit of scoring, but not enough to require me to relap it. And if you had to relap it, you would just take this out. You would put some diamond paste on the oil pump and then run it around in there. But that's about it. And there's a little groove right there, you could see. So you pull this up. I use a big set of vice grips. Pull this up, get the snap ring on, and then that other piece goes right here, and this sits in that pocket, and that's it. And then this side was shimmed properly, and I measured it, and you have this big collar that goes in there, and then the 2 shims, or depending on how many shims you need. And in the manual it tells you how to measure for that.